They came from the neighborhoods of Tripoli, from Europe and America, to fight Gaddafi. Over 200 workers, students and teachers joined together here to form a brigade of Libyan expatriates.
Come on, Lions!
The group called themselves the Lions of the Tripoli Brigade. They swore to enter Libya's capital at the vanguard and liberate the country from Gaddafi's regime. Their goal lies but a few meters away now, after 6 months of battle. Victory is near. They know they must survive the last assault to taste it. It's the night before the big day. The order to march on Tripoli came in an hour ago. Zawiya fell the day before. It's there that the Tripoli Brigade volunteers prepare for the fight of their lives. It's become a tradition of these men to stamp on the image of Muammar Gaddafi. The fight will be long, so the guns cannot jam. The men pick up their weapons parachuted into them shortly before by the French and British.
As you see, the guys are all preparing themselves for a big assault. Everyone's checking their weapons. Everyone, even though they're civilian, they've been trained now at this stage. We've done a couple of months in the mountains, in the Western Mountains. We've had some battlefield experience now. We've gone into Tikut, we liberated Tikut, we liberated Gazaya, and we liberated Fiji, because our goal is Tripoli. And the aftermath, after Tripoli, after Gaddafi, to secure and instate law and justice in the land.
Hussam Najer, also known as Sam, has a Libyan father and an Irish mother. The 32-year-old flew in from Dublin to liberate his father's homeland. Before the war, he worked in construction. Now he has command of the Brigade Reconnaissance Group, a crack team of fighters. Hatif is one of his men.
I'm from Tripoli. Exactly, I live beside Bab el-Azir, near this murderer. Now we are preparing ourselves to get inside to make the whole Tripoli free.
Bab el-Azizia, Gaddafi's compound and the heart of the dictatorship. With his cap to the side like a rapper, Hatif has joined this battle for freedom, for the right to express a passion for music forbidden until now.
How long? The mission? It depends on how much resistance we come towards. I can't see it taking too long. A couple of days, maybe a week at the most. It depends on how much pockets of resistance we have afterwards. Whether the regime collapses in total, or whether we come across pockets of the regime in the aftermath, even after Gaddafi. NATO's doing a great job. We're working in conjunction with NATO at the moment. Their job is vital in this mission because of their air support and because of their strategy that they've come up with for the revolutionaries to enter Tripoli.
The big man with a machine gun is Adam. With his size, he can't run on the front lines, so he's in charge of supplying the ammunition.
I'm originally from Tripoli, but I live in the States. A student, double major, psychology, sociology. I'm fighting so I can live in a free Libya. So that when I have my kids, they can live in a free Libya, in a better Libya. Growing up in the States, whenever you ask where you're from, you're like Libya. Oh, Gaddafi.
Irish Sam, Hatif the rapper, and Libyan Adam from America dropped everything and risked their lives for the revolution. But not everyone will make it through.
God willing, we will win. We will liberate Libya today, August 20th.
A quarter of these men marching past the camera are fated to die in the coming hours.
We came to Tripoli to kill you!
We're coming to find you, Fat Lip. We'll take you hair by hair, flea by flea.
Fat Lip is the nickname the Tripoli Brigade have given Gaddafi.
Fight like lions over there.
The group have chosen a lion for their symbol. Towards the back of the column come the ambulance men and the doctors. They know full well they will soon have to treat their comrades on the battlefield. At sunrise, the troops leave Zawiya. Sam has made his way up the 70-vehicle-long column to the front of the Tripoli Brigade. Hatif hands out orders. At the head of the convoy, the cannons have already begun to roar. That's Mehdi Hareti in the black vest with his walkie-talkie. The Tripoli Brigade was his idea. 6 months ago, this Anglo-Libyan was teaching Arabic to young Britons. For the first stage, Hareti will command the operation from the rear.
You have to go in a group. They're over there. Well, there's at least one over there.
Before sending in the vehicles, this group have been tasked to advance by foot on the sides of the road. Tactics like this show they've been trained and move like professionals.
We need a marksman there.
From this rooftop, they can guide the fighters.
Go ahead.
As these Tripoli Brigade fighters engage in their first assault of the day, the muezzins sing from the Quran for them. Faced with the machine gun fire of the Gaddafi loyalists, the rebels run for cover. The brigade's cars have to retreat up the road.
God is the greatest. You can join the party with us. Will you?
Yes, I will.
Shall we? You can go first. Allah Akbar. They are less than 2 kilometers from here.
Reinforcements arrive on the road under heavy fire. A destroyed tank has provided these soldiers with good cover.
We're coming, Gaddafi. We're coming.
Overwhelmed by the brigade's numbers, Gaddafi's troops finally pull back beyond the edge of the forest. The firefighters confirmed Sam's fears. Despite the NATO bombing, loyalist troops are still able to hold the terrain. He has to manage the ammunition.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
It's Adam's task, along with his team. Ammunition boxes head back to the front line.
Tripoli Revolutionary Brigade now, in conjunction with other groups, have moved forward about 4 or 5 kilometers. They're now getting closer towards Tripoli. We're still a bit away, but we're moving forward.
Only 45 kilometers separates Sam from his victory.
Hey, tell me, my friend, what's in front of us?
It's all clear. You can go.
Sam manages to keep his head, no matter what. Some of the advancing team has got stuck in a bad position on the side of the road.
Sam, don't stay there. Look out, Sam.
2 loyalist pickup trucks block the road 200 meters away. His first shot misses, but the second one's a hit. There's an immediate reply by mortar. It's a warning that they need to take cover, and quickly, before the second shell. Sam hates artillery. It's too random.
It's a mortar. That was a mortar.
Mortars or Milan missiles?
They have to go closer.
Is there anyone down there?
Don't know.
The rear window gets hit. The man Sam shot has crawled to the middle of the road. Further shots can be heard nearby. But Sam wants to make sure the man is dead.
They're pulling back. They're pulling back. They're folding.
The fear of snipers is everywhere, but for this loyalist, it's over. He's the first death of the day. At the rear, we're back with the Tripoli Brigade's command. Mehdi did not expect the breakthrough to come so quickly. The leader realizes that this is a historical moment, and he wants his wife to be the first to know back in the UK.
Hello, darling. It's Mehdi. How are you?
How are you?
You'll never guess where I am. I'm about 20 kilometers from Tripoli. We've passed Zawiya, and we're advancing well. Can you imagine? Just a few kilometers to go.
However, it's only a short break. The loyalists have launched a counterattack, and the rebels are forced to retreat in panic.
I don't know, maybe misunderstanding.
This truck in flames was carrying 2 of Sam's men. The first loss for the rebellion. However, there's no question of giving up their advantage. They have to move quickly.
Go that way if you can, towards the school.
Okay, I'm taking 2 rocket launchers and a team with me.
Who wants to go on a mission? 3 cars after being hit by RPGs. We've heard that there's a school up ahead that they're sniping from. One of the local men has told us you can see them from my house. So we're going to his house to see exactly what's happening.
It's 40 degrees centigrade outside, and half these men haven't drunk a drop of water since dawn because of Ramadan.
Let's go, Lions! Hide behind that wall. Go, go.
The local man stands at the meeting point. He's the one who saw the Gaddafi loyalists.
How do you think we should get there?
That's the best way.
Sam's strategy has been put into play. While the artillery pounds the house from the road, Sam hits his targets one by one. It only takes a few minutes for the Gaddafi position to be silenced.
They were firing on us with mortar rounds, so we flushed them out on the way over as well. Most of the positions that we've seen the Gaddafi troops attack from have retreated. So as you see, we're on our way forward to Tripoli. There's nothing stopping us.
This time, the advance is decisive. The brigade have come from Dublin or Washington, and now they've almost reached their ultimate goal, Tripoli. Inside the truck, Sam's really started to believe that victory lies ahead. Outside the truck, hysteria fills the streets. Tripoli lies 6 kilometers away. This is the last break before entering the capital.
It's a revolutionary song, yeah?
There is a fight there, but we are listening to music, no problem. We get to use to fights, no problem.
However, this is to be Hatif's last dance. In little under an hour, the rebellious rapper takes a bullet in the head through the roof of the car. The song lyrics turn out to be prophetic. The brigade's only tank bears down on the capital, but Hatif will never see victory in Tripoli. It's 8 p.m. here in the city, and the Libyan capital has partly fallen into the hands of the insurgency. During the day, the city's defences mostly abandoned their posts, and the rebels entered almost without a struggle. On Tripoli's Green Square, they're already celebrating victory. The regime's flags have been replaced by those of the revolution, the old colours of the monarchy. But the celebrations are to be short-lived, as Gaddafi loyalists start firing down from the rooftops, mixing with the shots of celebration.
We had one of our guys died right over there. He had a 14.5 caliber bullet shot in the head. And so what we're doing now is regrouping all of our guys and moving quick.
Sam knows that the battle is still being fought, but he already thinks that victory has been won.
Libya is free. I'm absolutely destroyed, mentally, physically. But inside, I'm screaming with joy.
Everywhere in the city around him, though, Gaddafi loyalists continue their desperate struggle. It's now dawn on the second day. The men, who haven't slept for a second night, start to flush out the loyalists, starting in the Green Square at the heart of the city. Throughout the city, people have created new militias and are arresting suspects. This man's skin is too dark and his t-shirt too green.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
For the Tripoli Brigade, it's time for the final attack. At the end of this street, behind a wall, lies Bab al-Azizia, Muammar Gaddafi's stronghold. The gathered troops have hoisted green flags.
Wait! Wait! That's enough, get ready!
Mehdi's brought together all the volunteers he can lay hands on for the last battle. Anti-aircraft guns mounted on a truck give the sign to start the assault. Mehdi's been injured in the ankle. Regardless, he enters the undefended Bab al-Azizia mosque. He says he's dreamt of this moment. Takes it as a sign. Bab al-Azizia is a huge complex, 6 kilometers squared, and completely enclosed behind defensive walls. To approach the first wall, you have to cross 200 meters of no man's land. The 20mm guns have been blazing for half an hour without stopping. The men approach the first wall. A rocket's fired. Then a deluge of gunfire. This opens a gap for the foot soldiers, who rush in and overpower the loyalists. Now the very heart of the regime is only a few meters away. the front line, bodies are falling by the second. After that, the home straight and the end of their mission. Exhausted, they reach Gaddafi's clenched fist statue, the symbol of a falling regime. As evening falls, the men come to terms with the fact that after 6 months of fighting, it's the end. 1,000 men have died in Tripoli over 2 days. Almost 60 were members of the Tripoli Brigade. Survivors who served the regime have been arrested, like this domestic servant. This man says he's just an office worker, but they will all fill the prisons of a new Libya to await judgment.
I'm Libyan like you. I love Libya just like you.
Overnight, the Gaddafi empire crumbles under an epidemic of looting and destruction. Sam emerged unscathed from the final assault. He's taken to the beach with other survivors from his team.
New free Libya. It's amazing. We're not just soldiers, we are civilians. 99.9% of us are civilians. I never wanted to fight, I never wanted this to happen. It's been an amazing journey. It's had its ups and its downs, and hopefully when it's finished, we'll look back on all this, and I just want everything to be revealed. Why people like me, why we left to do this great work, this great job. Why we felt that the burden was on our shoulders to do it.
Some weren't as lucky as Sam.
You know, Atif, the tall guy, he told you I lived in Bab Azizia. I have to go visit his family. Before he died, he told me that morning when we left, he said to me, if I pass away, sell my car and stuff and give it to my mother so she can travel and go on the pilgrimage to Hajj. So even now, if I can't find his car or stuff like that, I'll pay the money myself. And I'll tell his mother how much of a lion he was in the desert. A lion.
Mehdi, the leader, has become a national celebrity. Many noteworthy people jailed by Gaddafi and now free have come to see him.
Mahmoud, look, it's Mehdi Harati.
But Mehdi hasn't come here to get compliments. This is to be the first meeting of Libya's rebel leaders, chaired by a man previously unknown to the general public.
This is Abdel Hakim, Commander.
This is the first appearance of Abdel Hakim Belhaj. The CIA believes this camera-shy man is a member of Al-Qaeda.
We need to...
Don't say anything. Shut up.
Plan for the security for the Tripoli.
Okay, it's fine.
For the first time, Mehdi's no longer free to make remarks. Abdel Hakim Belhaj has been named chief of Tripoli's military council. Mehdi Harati was appointed deputy. Meanwhile, Sam has returned to the road with his team.
Why, it's not my time yet.
He still has a revolution to finish and a deposed dictator to find. Mehdi's put his combat gear back on. He also plans to take part in the hunt for Gaddafi. It's difficult to say what the future holds for Libya and what role these men will play in the formation of a new government. But on the road to find Gaddafi, one thing is certain. There are still rebel rappers in the Tripoli Brigade.